Hi, how you going? This is the first time I've actually used Windows phone, Windows 8, the smartphone, but the reason I wanted to do this video is that I've actually been reading for the last few days this terrible tragedy in Kiev, in Ukraine, the M17 Malaysian aircraft that was shot down, and the reading in the newspapers, the terrible descriptions of the people who 200 and something odd people that were flying away, thinking about their life and things that were happening, and then suddenly the most amazing thing happened. And they wouldn't even know what happened, would they? There would have been such a huge explosion, and whatever happened to them would have happened very quick, and they actually were killed. Very sad, terrible. And then of course, when when the plane actually crashed down, all bits and pieces and parts of the body went down, and I saw some photos there of some of the couple of the people that were there. Just terrible, terrible tragedy. And when you think about Kiev, you think about Ukraine, you think about Iraq, you think about Afghanistan, you think Libya, you think of Libya. You think of all these Cuba, a lot of areas all around the world, you see nothing but trouble everywhere. Misery. People causing misery upon each other. And then Gaza, the Israelites, the Palestine, just causing misery with each other. That's what it's all happening, isn't it? Mankind, if you like, are just creating misery for everybody. And Syria is a very good example, isn't it, where Assad is trying to stay in power, and 150,000 plus people have been killed. Isn't that an amazing thing? Millions of people have been displaced. A country that's in ruin, and yet there he is holding on, holding on. He's determined to keep something, keep the terrorists out. He was probably trying to, but really, whatever's happening, it's just misery everywhere. Now that is the world. God is not about that at all. I'm a Christian. God's traits, which I've got a website where this video is going to be. The traits of God are pure, peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy. He's absolutely open to reason, God is. Every good thing, no uncertainty, no insincerity. God is full of compassion, full of kindness. He's a father, a wonderful father. He cares for you. That is God. And when you look at the world, whatever's happening in the world, God does not want that to happen. Now, people say lots of things about God, but there's one thing that God has given mankind, the choice to follow God or not. Adam and Eve, even in the beginning, our original parents had that position where they could follow God or not, and Adam and Eve decided to disobey God. Then we go, even if we go to Adam and Eve's children, we go to Cain and Abel. Abel decided to kill, Cain, if you like, was told, look, sin is actually crouching at your very door, you need to master it. In other words, the master was who was not to kill, but Cain decided to kill. And then you go before Noah's flood, where all mankind just did the wrong thing before God. God was he actually was completely distressed the fact that he even made mankind, and so then Noah came and the world actually was flooded, wasn't it? Just Noah and his family. But then we think about all the places around the world. Mankind basically just causes nothing but misery with everything. And God doesn't want any of that. He doesn't want any of that. So human beings are choosing, if you like, to cause misery on each other. They don't have to, They don't have to, but they go that way. Terrible. The whole world is like that. It's terrible. Anyway, all I want to do is talk about that M17, the aircraft that crashed down. Absolutely terrible, full of tragedy. Look at that, 290 plus people, all the families, all affected by something absolutely miserable thing. Terrible to have happened for somebody to even do it. but the whole world is full of all that sort of distress. But it should not be that way at all. Now, mankind in the end will destroy the world. They really will. I actually have a video, the last video was about the carbon tax. Have a look at that. It talks about what mankind is doing. Anyway, I only want to make a few comments about the M17 and the tragedy of what's happened. But all that tragedy in the world today, and even with that plane, God did not want that to do at all, but mankind is doing it. God doesn't want you to do that. He wants you just to do the right thing with his traits. Pure, peaceable, gentle, full of mercy, full of kindness, completely open to reason, real goodness, no uncertainty. He's so full of kindness and compassion. That is Jesus, that's God. And yet mankind, look what mankind does. It's very sad, isn't it? It is extremely sad what mankind does versus what God does. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Have a look at what's written here on the text. Have a look at the photos. And go on to You Must Repent, which is my website. Just put that in Google. Or have a look at Revelation You Can Understand. Just put that in. And then we will talk again. This is 6 minutes, and that'll take YouTube a couple of hours to do it.